Hello everyone and welcome back. I am Duke Silver. Today we're going to be playing Fortuna. And Fortuna, as for those that don't know, her hero power is at level 4 and level 6. You get a free level 6 unit, and that's it. Okay, so we started off with a parrot here. Just didn't seem to be any better options. And I don't mind a parrot early. If you can get like something on the bench, scaling it with some permanent stats can be kind of nice. We're going to take the parrot here. I mean, Talking Frog is obviously very good, but without the spell to flip it, it's a little bit sketchy to just take on its own. I mean, maybe it's not sketchy. You get extra rolls early in the game, like we have in the shop, as well as of course your free roll. But yeah, just decided not to take it, and then we took the or just because we were fighting Ares, we took the support there. Mostly just because we didn't want to get our parrots shot down immediately by Ares here. And we did find another Talking Frog with the sweet oranges in the shop that flips it immediately. And then our level 3 shop shows us 2 Snow Whites. I'm not sure if it's intended that multiple quest characters can show up at a time. It feels like it's wrong, like they shouldn't, but like, I mean, if it's there, I'm gonna take it, because Snow Whites are generally relatively easy to scale, and pretty easy treasure if you can just find some level or some like cheap equipment. And yeah, we fired off a Future Vision there just to get our level 6 character a little bit early here, and we did get a good boy, so that's actually going to match up with our board pretty well. We have the support to throw behind it, as well as we had 4 other good characters immediately. I was half tempted to throw it on the bench and try and scale it with the parrot, but I think that's a little bit too greedy. As I mean, we actually only just tied that fight, so that probably would have been disastrous. We locked the Alliance Band because we have these 2 supports. We picked up a Rapunzel's Prince last turn. The Alliance Band is going to give us a fair amount of stats onto our good boy, which of course is going to get shared with the rest of our board. We're going to pick up a Husky just for tempo's sake, and we finally find an equipment worth buying here. We're just going to buy a shield. I mean, the Alliance Band does count as an equipment as well for the Snow Whites, so that was another reason to pick that up. Obviously, we do want to see the 1-cost equipments. It's a little bit awkward because we took the Future Vision, so like we're kind of disincentivized to roll. But I think we just have to kind of ignore the Future Vision experience, since we need to find some specific things. We need to find either some ways to improve our board, like better supports maybe for our good boy, and to maybe build into a half support, half good boy comp, which I've been liking on this new patch. Also, new patch is out. For those that don't know, the new patch is live. It has the symbol of unity did go from level 3 to level 5, which is a great change, I think. Unfortunately, we take a pretty bad fireball there, but we do manage to tie still. Losing 2 supports to the fireball is kind of a disaster, though. We're gonna pick up a Narcissus, of course, as I think we're pretty healthy and feeling relatively strong, so we can afford to just take a 5 pair that doesn't necessarily play on board. Although I think we are gonna play it this turn, and we're just gonna kind of bench our Husky. Speaking of Husky, we get a second one, and yeah, we're just gonna bench the Husky in slot 11 there, or slot 12, and then. In a turn or two, we can throw it back into the 1 slot, and it'll get a bunch of extra stats. I think it's better than trying to move it around in the back row and kind of finagle our supports, because we want both our supports back there, buffing our good boy and getting those Alliance Band stats, of course. We finally find a 1-cost equipment that we get to cycle. We're getting kind of close on the Snow Whites, so I think we are going to start picking up the 2-cost equipments as well. Like, even though the spellbook doesn't really help us a ton, I think we're still gonna jam it just to get these Snow Whites upgraded. Unfortunately, that's a 5-cost equipment, so we can't finish the quest this turn. Get a decent amount of stats from the good boy still, and yeah, we do lose the fight though. This Ares has managed to find a bunch of Mycroft homes, and has been scaling them pretty steadily. I'm going to pick up a second Rapunzel's Prince here. It's just going to add another support to our board. And we did pick up an Uther. Again, like, we might be able to move into into a boost comp with the Alliance Band and these supports that we've already picked up. I mean, we'll really be able to tell if we can go in on it on level 6, because you need to hit the Merlins. The Merlins are the key piece here, and I think the Merlin Uther sort of good boy setup is pretty good, I think. Although I guess you kind of just want the Divine Messenger. I'm not like the Uther version like might just not be worth it anymore without Lady of the Lake in the pool anymore, or yeah, since the patch. But yeah, I've been meaning to test it, and I think this is a good opportunity to test if it's still a real comp. We did pick up a second Uther, so we're well on our way. We're still not even on 6 yet, so we're pretty well set up to receive a Merlin on 6. It'd be excellent if we could get a Merlin as our free unit on 6. We get pretty good attack order there, and to get a tie. That dwarf player is pretty large. I think we're just going to take the storybook here, and there has been a change with the way that these treasures work. Like normally storybook and like other treasures that affect the shop, they didn't take effect until after you rolled, and fortunately that has been changed. So storybook did affect the good boy that was in the shop that we snapped up. We did get a multi as our free level 6 character, so it just turned out to be a 1 gold. I just bought it and sold it immediately here. There's a herding dog to go with our good boys potentially. We kind of want to try and be this boost comp though, so like I don't really want to like pick up the herding dog and try and force dogs here. I mean dogs I think are still fine, but like I'm trying to do the fun thing, you know. Trying to create content here rather than just force like what's definitely going to be good. We're doing some science anyways. We're gonna get a level 5 treasure with our Narcissus upgrade here, and I think we are a little bit behind some of the other top boards in this lobby, so we're gonna take the shard, and that's gonna let us upgrade a level 6 character once we pick it up, and I think that should give us a little power spike that should hopefully catch us up. There was a dark twig there. We could have potentially moved into stealth and started accruing stealth stacks anyways. Like we're not up on XP though, so it's a little bit awkward. We did lock a good boy upgrade as well as a Guinevere in the shop there. So I think we're gonna triple our good boy, of course, and then we're gonna take the Guinevere, and it's gonna slot in very nicely between the Uther and the Merlin, and put a whole bunch of extra stats onto our now golden good boy. And I said I didn't want to force dogs, but like these other 2 treasures, like Pirate Safe is like just not that exciting, and I mean it's just a little bit slow because we have to hit another triple. We would have hit level 4 treasure here and popped the Pirate Safe, but we actually get a pirate map anyways, so kind of works out in the end here. But yeah, I mean, we took the drum roll. Drum roll is just an exceptionally powerful treasure, I think. And if you see it, I think you should take it a lot of the time if you're not like definitively in a comp. And yeah, that is an impressive stealth board already here. We're not that deep into level 6. I guess we are a couple turns into 6 now, but and yeah, we get to pop our pirate map with an Uther triple immediately there, and we get a Nero with our drum roll. And we're going to take a Fisherman and the Flounder here, so we're beginning the transition, pretty immediately into a dog food comp here. The Fisherman's not going to do a ton right away. I mean, we are going to get some. We do have some leftover stats from the Haymaker that we picked up much earlier, but the Nero stats we're not going to be able to retain until this next fight. And speaking of retaining stats, we're going to get another Nero as well as another Golden Haymaker. So Fairytale just showing just how powerful it is. I mean, I don't really love taking Fairytale all the time. Again, like, I mean, I like hunting for treasures. I like finding powerful treasure combinations. But I think that stealth board kind of put the fear into me. So it was kind of we need to take this treasure that's probably going to win us the game and just get powerful right now, rather than try and like hunt down like a level 8 treasure or something like that. And yeah, we got very powerful very quickly here. In a matter of 2 turns, we've accrued a lot of food stats. You can see we're retaining quite a bit of food already. with this the golden and the regular haymaker. And the haymakers do work from hand as far as food retention goes anyways. And we're going to be getting a bunch of food from these Neros. The Neros did get nerfed as well with this patch. So Neros were giving, I think it was 5+5+4 per position away. Also, they have the counter to show you how many positions. So they're going to be switching back and forth, and they're going to do 6 positions every turn. And yeah, so that got nerfed from +5+4, from 5.4 to 3.2 anyways. So a little, it's a pretty sizable nerf, to be honest. Which was probably needed. It's just they just gave you too many stats immediately on 6, and it's just like if you saw a Nero on 6, like you pretty much always had to take it, just because like I mean it's just such huge tempo. There's another fire mage there. Fortunately, not quite as massive as the stealth one. And looks like Midas is trying some scam stuff over there, but we have far too many stats for them to scam. And far too many ranged units, I think. Do our Nero swap. And yeah, now I mean, there's another herding dog. I don't know if we're actually going to play the second herding dog. I think the only thing we really want is another fisherman. And I'm not sure what else. Again, also Mirror Fairy is cut in this patch. As I've mentioned in I think once or twice in the last couple of videos. Or at least the last video. The one with the beta or on the beta branch. Or I did 2 beta branch videos. This is on the live patch. And again, that fire mage is absolutely massive here. Gets a 3-for-1, but the rest of our board is just so big that we're able to just take out the entire rest of their board with our other 2 characters. Just the combination of those food stats that get retained. Okay, I guess I should kind of try and explain like how this works. So Fisherman says on entrance, I give the Golden Fisherman anyways gives 200% of your starting food stats. So it's food stats before entrances. So you basically build up food stats with your Neros, putting a bunch of food on your dogs, and then the haymakers that are in our hand are helping us retain all those food stats. They say 40% each. And from what I understand is basically the first haymaker retains 40% of the stats, and then the second haymaker is going to retain 40% of the 60% that you would be losing, and then so on and so forth. And you retain 40% of the next 60% that you would be losing. So having more haymakers does allow you to retain more food stats. And yeah, those retained food stats will get doubled. So we're basically just accruing food stats over the course of every combat. Kind of like how Stealth does. How Stealth gets bigger and bigger with every fight. We're kind of doing the same thing, except we have a Fairytale, so our entire board is golden and scaling just a little bit faster. And also the good boys, of course. The good boys getting all these stats and doubling those and throwing them onto the ranged fishermen are making us just scale faster, and just the numbers get very, very big. I think after and also because the fishermen are of course entrance effects, then we get an extra instance with the drum roll, of course. There's another fisherman which I am half tempted to just grab. But I don't think it plays on the board. I think that makes us a little bit too weak and too susceptible to like a scam on our good boy. Excuse me. So yeah, we did roll past it and just looked for a combat spell. Unfortunately, we didn't find it. I considered really playing the Corgi. The Corgi just gets so many stats, but I figured the Herding Dog is probably a little bit better. The Herding Dog feeds the good boys, and yeah, it's another 3-for-1 and. The Try My Net, played by Trynet there, very fitting. Does scam our good boy, but it's still just not enough. We just get so many stats with those good boy and herding dogs feeding each other stats that yeah, our fisherman is just able to crush the rest of the board, and we knock them out. So it's just down to us and the toy dino now. There are more haymakers there, which maybe I should be taking. Like that would increase the amount of stats we're getting, and of course, with the fisherman's ability, we would be probably scaling faster. But for some reason, I felt very attached to this other herding dog and Corgi. But I was tempted to try and sell down for that rune, forgetting that I'd cast the hero change earlier in the turn and wouldn't have had mana for it. So luckily I did recognize that. We're just gonna lock the combat spell here, the Circe's Cup. I feel like we're probably gonna win here. Like this is a pretty impressive Hunter's board. They've got the double Dying Breath rune on the Sherlock and another Sherlock, and those Gretels did get up to very, very large. I think they had like something like 7,000 attack. But yeah, our our units getting up into 5 figures. I think our fishermen ended up there with 68,000 attack and like 50,000 health. So their numbers got quite large, but can't quite compete with our very, very large dogs here. But yeah, there we go. We were almost boost comp, but you know we had to take an audible just to basically survive and overcome that very strong stealth board. And of course, I mean there's a couple of very strong hunter boards as well. Honestly, I think the Ares board was also quite strong. So we did find the line. I mean, we got pretty fortunate with our treasures, just kind of getting them one after another, and then. It kind of lined up just really, our shops lined up really well in the 2-turn sequence there where we transitioned from boost to dogs very quickly. But yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I would very much appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.